It is time now for another edition of High Energy.
That's right, you guys. Now, today we bring you a story of a mom of three who gets around town by alternate modes of transportation.
Hawaii's biggest source of carbon pollution comes from our transportation, and about 25% of that is ground transportation, our cars, buses, mopeds, etc. So we should all get walking, and Keopu is working in transportation and has some tips for us. Aloha.
Aloha.
Okay, so first things first, tell us your background and what you do now.
So I work and talk about transportation a lot, but I'm not actually in transportation. I come to this work as a mom of three young kids. So I have a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 15-month-old. And what drives me all the time in the conversations that we have about transportation and transportation equity is the fact that even this beautiful park, a lot of times we can't take the shortest trips without a car. And my kids like to walk, they like to run, and how much greater of a community would it be for them to live in if they could get places on their scooter, on their bike, walking safely.
Keyword is safely, because, I mean, you technically could get here, but as we were looking around and as we were getting to this park, there's not really much sidewalk accessibility. Right. So when it comes to sending Keiki to the park, they can't just go on their own.
No. And so actually what's interesting is we live about a quarter of a mile from this park. And from the house to here, it is less than a 10-minute walk with small children, but we have to actually drive here. And it's because if you go on the street, you know, even though like we could cut to the side or anything like that, if he wants to ride a bike, if my oldest wants to ride a bike, it's not safe. We have cars going like 30 miles an hour plus, and he's still learning his way, and we just want to make sure that there's spaces for him to actually be able to ride, whether it's safely in traffic or to the side of the road. And there's just too many places in Hawaii where there isn't that infrastructure for kids to move safely around communities.
And how do you guys typically move around?
I walk around places. If I wanted to get to the store, though, for example, I couldn't take the bus, even though it's about a mile away. And a mile's not long, right? Like, that's not bad. That's a nice 20-minute walk. But imagine carrying your groceries, especially like frozen items, that mile in the hot sun. I just don't have the ability to go like from here to a mile or 2 miles out, because the buses don't really run in the way or aren't situated in the way. They're really just focused on getting folks to and from kind of work in a white-collar professional setting, as opposed to like just getting myself to the other side of Kailua where we live.
Just not really going into the direct neighborhoods that you're needing to go into.
It's only just leaving the neighborhood a lot of times.
Okay, and let's talk a little bit about some of the work that you're pushing. I mean, when it comes to health and transportation and equity, how do those all tie in and integrate together?
Yeah, so I've been fortunate to work with Papa'ololokahi for the last 2 years in cooperation with the Department of Health. And what we're really looking to do is elevate the lived experiences of folks through this, what we call the Transportation Equity Hui. And this work is really, like, at the most baseline level, is elevating what we call lived experiences. And what that really means, like translated even further, is the fact that what we're trying to do is get folks to understand that they are the experts in how folks move in, out of, and around their communities. So my favorite example is, like, if you live around a school, you know when to leave and go depending on the school schedule, right? You know when it's safer to go by bike, when it's safe, when you definitely have to walk if you're going to leave your house, or when this is a good time to bring your car in. So you are an expert. Each of us are experts in the neighborhoods that we live in and the communities that we connect to. And that is like the basis of the Hui. But what kind of the underlining foundation of that is understanding that transportation is central to the things that we need to be healthy and well. Whether that is access to education, access to health services, access to social services, or even like the ability to connect, right? Like the ability for me to go, I grew up just one town over in Kaneohe. It's not far, and yet I still need to transport myself if I want to go back to my childhood home, if I want to connect with my own family. And so being able to have both the ability to get the necessary services and the connections that we need to be whole and good people requires that we have transportation infrastructure that supports those things.
And speaking of, I'm going to walk over and talk to Kiana a little bit more about that.
Thanks.